Hi, Vonda.
Let's see if she shows up. She should be in there.
Why does it say her microphone is off?
Yeah.
That's our microphone.
She probably hasn't come all the way into the room yet.
Okay. When you come in, Vonda, let us know. Yay! Hi, Vonda.
Hello?
Vonda's having issues. Okay. These Google Hangouts are a blast when you first get started, because then, like, the first part of the video is like, hey, what's going on? But it says Vonda's stuff is off, so who knows? Who knows? Ellen, yay! Yay!
Can you hear us, Vonda?
Okay, I can see you talking.
Is your volume?
I see you talking, but you can't come in.
Yeah, your volume's not...
Let's hear you knocking, but it sounded good.
Go out and come back in.
There you are! Yay for us.
Okay.
There you are.
How you doing?
Hi. I'm like a lazy log. I just got out of the tub. I'm so tired.
Did you love?
Oh.
No, I couldn't get on.
A bath sounds wonderful. Have you?
I felt like it wasn't meant.
Did you hear the radio show?
I'm gonna go back though.
Yeah. No, that's okay. Did you have?
I'm gonna go back though.
But you saw episode 12.
Yes, I did.
So can I apologize in advance for episode 13?
Oh my God! Stop.
Cause really?
Yeah.
Cause just when you think that everything's great and Sherry's awake, not awake. Sorry about that. Apologizing in advance.
Where's Troy?
Where is Mr. Troy this evening? He should be coming in. And Alan and Trevor and Sandra and Eileen and everybody else involved in this
fiasco
or mayhem is what I like to call it from time to time.
Ray is there. There we go.
Yay! Oh no, where did she go?
She got
Vonda left us. Don't leave us, Vonda. You're all we've got. All right, not so much. That's not necessarily true.
Okay, so let's see.
Yeah, Laurel said she's going to try to join later.
Okay.
So it looks like it might be just me, you, and Big Mike.
Oh.
Because Big Mike's willing to go on camera and tell a story.
Yes, he is.
Except for maybe somebody would call the SPCA, and we'd get in a lot of trouble.
Here we go. I'm back. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
that's all right.
We have you on
video.
We have you. We don't have you on video though. We've only got you on mic. Hey. Speaking of Mike, we were just talking about him. We feel like I think he feels like he's mistreated. That perhaps we don't
take care of him.
Take care of him. Like we don't give him enough bones and enough toys. Right? Yeah. It's a horrible life for a dog around here. And you know better. Yeah, he tries to video bomb all the time. It's okay.
I love it.
He may be a little spoiled. Just a little.
I was so upset I couldn't get on the radio.
That's okay.
Let's post the link for you so that way you can get to it.
That's okay. It was a really neat conversation. It was really about sex, and we all enjoyed the conversation.
Absolutely. That's probably why I wasn't invited, because I'm not having much of that.
Well, there's always that.
Big Mike sympathizes with you right now. If you can't see him, he's all.
But that's okay. I'm purging. I'm healing. I'm in a very healing space right now. Like a lot of purging is going on and healing within myself, and it's just tremendous. It's a lot.
Right.
Yeah.
that's
Well, that's the good thing. The good part is that you're healing.
that's right.
I am.
You
It's
know,
like purging. I can feel like the toxic, just like it's just making its way through and out, which I'm very thankful for. But it's a lot.
Really? That's the thumbnail that they came up with right there?
I suppose so. All right, here is the link to the radio show.
Oh, there's Trevor.
Hi, Trevor.
There's the link to the radio show.
Right, okay, I'm gonna save it because I couldn't find it. I was just searching high and low. I found it at the last minute, but it wasn't working for me. But I'll save this to my favorite.
Right, it was weird. It was a lot of static energy in it, and it really kind of seemed all over. It just kept. It was. We even had a caller call in, and it was like they were breaking up, and we couldn't really understand what they were saying. So.
Yeah, that caller. Okay. So, Kat, if you're listening or watching the Google Hangout, Kat, if you'll just
I don't think she
send us an email, we'll be glad to answer your question.
Well, she added us as a friend on here, so we should be able to reach out to her.
And Trevor left. He's gone.
He's having issues getting in.
Yeah.
And it could be maybe we should move over to the table. We're closer to the connection. Oh, this is a problem.
What?
The home phone, because it sends microwaves out, so it'll interact.
Microwaves.
There's Ellen.
We could have cooked
Sandra?
a potato just now. Save the potato.
And Troy. Hi, Alan.
Yay, Troy's here. And Alan.
All right, let's turn up your volume on your mic there, buddy.
Trevor was here, but he left us. I don't know where he went.
There he is.
There he is. He's finally here. Yay, Trevor. Yay, Alan. Troy, woohoo.
Hi, Troy.
Hey, sorry, guys.
Troy?
Hey, Troy.
There he is. There's my adopted boy. You look just like your daddy here.
What the?
Funny.
Hello?
Are you there, Trevor? Trevor Build. Come in, Trevor Build.
They might be still connecting.
They're on alien time.
Different dimensions.
Yeah. Sandra, Alan, can you hear us? We can see you.
We can hear you. Can you hear us?
You know what? That's a voice only radio could love.
I don't.
Wow. Look at these crying eyes. Can't deny that.
We can't hear anything.
It looks like we just recorded a video where I fucked up. There's Trevor and Eileen.
We're not here.
Oh.
There is Taco Bell.
Oh, jeez. So, Troy, did you get to hear the radio show?
No, I had all of a sudden family came over. Things got crazy, so I was late and so I had to do a family stuff. And then I saw that you guys called. And I was like, oh no, look what time it is. Let me go pipe in and say hello to everyone.
Nice.
Well, awesome.
So we talked about twin flame sexuality, and it was kind of.
I hear crickets. No, I'm just
No, there are no crickets in the making of twin flame sexuality.
I'm just joking.
I thought it went good. I thought it really came from a different place where it really spoke to the characteristics of it, but it also spoke to what it really feels like. I think we all experience it in different ways, but we all experience it the same.
You got it? Yep.
Would that be a yes? I think it.
Well, I can't say for sure because we were laughing the last time.
Why doesn't that surprise me?
Well, my brother and his sister were in the next room, and you're trying to be right, and we are Absolutely. We laughed for probably 10 minutes.
I know.
We were trying to have church. We were
Praise the
trying
Lord.
to have...
Church
Speaking
is,
of church...
Church is Sandra's word.
Yeah, Sandra. I don't know if that's the best word for what you're describing as the church or as the congregation.
Well, I'm thinking that Sandra should give a name to this church.
Oh, God.
Oh.
You know, should there be a hell? We're all going. I'm just real happy that there was one point in time where a 4-year-old said to me, "There can't be a guy with a pitchfork.
Gumbo.
There can't be a..." Yeah. But
That's the name of the church. Gumbo.
there it is.
That's awesome.
Troy said
Thanks, Troy.
that when we all get together, this is what Troy said today when we were talking to him in Skype, that when we all get together, it's like gumbo. Right? You just throw what you have in the pot and cook it.
That's it. Sounds good.
That's kind of spicy.
Well, it wasn't spicy until you came in.
Oh. Fair enough. Fair enough.
I'm just saying. Or Alan.
Oh, well.
We
yeah.
threw him in there. Then it got crazy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, thank you.
Was that a thank you very much?
Yeah, all right.
Did you see the commercial? Did you see the commercial that I made for the radio show, the Bollywood one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I'm a genius. I'm just saying. Or as my son would say, I'm awesome.
Poor
If any of you
Cameron, he
don't
don't know
Cameron-
no better.
He don't, and he's so funny because he told me the other day, he said, "I'm really ready to talk to the world again. The whole world, Mom. The whole world."
And he took the iPad. He took
the iPad into the bedroom, and he made a video all by himself, and he was guiding.
Yeah.
God bless him. Well, he was guiding. He was guiding straight from his Transformer heart. So, Troy, let's talk about twin flame sexuality.
You guys are bad.
This isn't fair. He doesn't have anybody run interference for him.
That's true. That's true. That's true. Sorry.
We've taken him on as a son, so we're
allowed
to do it.
Now who could we go after?
Well, there's always Alan.
Look at Alan.
Alan's always the last resort we can go after.
Oh, I'm glad I could help out.
Glad you can Alan.
Vonda, do you have any questions about twin flame sexuality?
Oh, Vonda.
No, I'm thinking that, from my experience to, from that time to where you guys are with your unions, it's like I wasn't able to connect. I'm guessing too much ego was in place because I was just not open to, that whole situation. It was just too much. I'm like, what the hell is wrong? It was too much church. It was too much Jesus. It was too much. I mean, it was just too much of just everything, and I could not be open to what it was or could have been.
That makes sense.
I was so closed, like tight in a shell, closed. It was weird.
Scared of what it was bringing to you?
Say that again?
Did it scare you, what it was bringing to you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And then, the fact that I could not be open enough to share because of, the whole energy surrounding it, it made it even more difficult with the connecting part sexually that way.
You know, and it takes the connecting part really is a cooperation in between the two, and it seems to me that if one partner isn't cooperating on that level, it's not really going to go to what we were talking about.
I tried, but it just was not happening. It did not work out.
Understood.
I have a question for you.
Mhm.
At that time in your life, where would you say your feminine strength was? In other words, your self-empowerment, your
Oh,
self
there was
being a
there was
female.
not. It was null and void. It was I didn't even know about a feminine anything. You
That
know,
makes
in regards to feminine or mask, I didn't know about any of that.
The reason I asked was because I know for me, the ability for that level to express itself, it wasn't until I started to gain my self-empowerment and I started to heal from the inside out, and my feminine energy started to be able to express itself.
Right. And that had to be a huge, um, like a huge thing that I couldn't open up to that, like at all. I was so not open at all in that regard. I didn't know anything about that, but we were so wrapped up in ego at that point too. It was just, it was tough.
that makes sense.
Yeah, it was difficult. So that was my gist of that whole bit. I'm sure it gets better or greater later, but I wouldn't be able to share that at this point. I could just have, in my heart space, visions and thoughts of it, but I don't know.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
But you'll know when, one of the things that, just from what I understand, is that once somebody, there's more than one level to this. Of course, there's a genetic 3D attraction that has to be there, and then the next attraction would be more on a spiritual and a mental plane.
Right.
It takes probably 3 different levels to have that kind of connection.
Yeah.
And you're right, ego can get in the way,
Oh my goodness.
but I think that for a female, she needs to feel some type of respect for the divine feminine in order to be comfortable to expose herself, to that level.
Yeah, it's unfortunate, and now when I think on it, I was definitely not in balance with the energies within myself because I didn't know about them. But I could also feel within his energies that he wasn't in a good place, but that he was using the feminine powerfully, just not in a good place. He wasn't in a good space in that energy within himself. It was just not good.
That makes sense.
And I could feel it, and I knew, but, that type of connection, you're in such a state of awe. It's just like, being with God for damn near. It's like Jesus is in my house. What do I do with this? It's a lot. It was a lot, but I mean, now that I look back on it, I know what it is, but I know what it is within me and what it wasn't, and I'm healing that. So.
And you'll probably develop the trust. Once the trust you have with yourself is intact, the way that it feels good to you,
Yeah.
you'll be able to recognize that trust in another person.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I totally get where you're coming from with that, because as I was trying to, get myself out there to date, I knew that trust was a big issue for me with that. I'm like, I can't do this. I don't even trust myself, to like be open enough to another, to enjoy another like that. In any way, to just open my heart to another that way. I just couldn't do it. I said, I have to step away, step back from this, and just go with inside myself, because this is not working.
That makes
I'm just in such a healing place right now. I feel so much within me just coming up, and just, I could just cry. I'm trying to hold it together as I'm, with
You don't have to
you
hold it
guys
together.
in this.
Look at these eyes. Do they look like they've been holding it together?
I know, it's like, but what, I just got out the tub, and I had a wonderful meditation, and it was good. It was wonderful, but I just feel so much healing that is going on within me, and it's just a lot. It's a lot. So
that is so good.
it is
Doesn't
good.
that feel good?
Yeah, it's gonna feel even better once it's up and out, but it's there, and it's surfacing still, There's just so much is happening within it. It is good when I'm able to release it and let it go and know that it's done what it needed to do, but going through it and within, and I'm just trying not to attach to it, but feeling it and just being in that, it's just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm sure that Lee will tell you it's a step-by-step process.
Now let me ask you guys, as you all are together in this, and with the healing that takes place with, being in that type of union with one another, can you feel each other's healing going on? Because I just feel like I have so much going on within myself. Am I the only one that's feeling all of this healing that's happening within me? I question. I feel like it's more my ego, but I just wonder. It's a lot. And I can't. Am I really doing this by myself? Or do you guys feel each other when you're healing on such a level where it's so profound?
It's I'm going to answer that first because I know that everybody else wants to answer it, but I know personally that I'm certainly going through some type of healing place, and especially in recording these videos, and the healing's already there, but helping others heal from it, and then healing my own life personally, and then things that are going on in our life personally and with business, and knowing and keeping in our truth and staying in our truth, and knowing that what we're teaching from is what we have lived and being in just the truth. It's not a leadership type of place that we're in. It's a student type of place that we're hopefully always in, and always learning from everybody and everything, and never following in somebody else's footsteps, but always being in our own and learning from what we do and teaching from that. But sometimes you still go through such a healing process, and in my personal life there's some things happening with my children, and it's some of it's coming to surface, and some of our business things are coming to surface, and some things that are just surfacing and we're healing from. I know that he feels me healing. I know that he feels me going through this metamorphosis of some kind, and
Right.
It's the oddest thing that I feel him as well. I feel him going through this change as well, that we're evolving into I guess from 2nd grade to 3rd grade because
How can you differentiate between what's yours and what's his? How do you
I
know?
differentiate because I feel in it. I feel my pain. I know what my pain and what I'm going through is, and it's hard to explain. It's just a different type of feeling, but it's the same.
Yeah.
It's as is. It's okay if I stubbed my toe, it would hurt like hell, physically,
Right.
all the way up to my brain. You know, when you hit your toe, your whole body hurts.
Yeah.
When he hits his toe, I just feel it in my toe. I'm like, oh damn, he hit his toe.
Right.
Different type. That's the only way I can describe it. Is it's generalized. I know when he's hurting in his heart. I know when he's hurting in his stomach. We both have been having some stomach issues, and I've been feeling his, but I've been feeling mine too.
Right.
And I guess it's instinctual sometimes. Maybe now because we've learned to know the difference. And I've been in a very feminine state where I've been so vulnerable and so. I mean, I've been doing a lot of crying for 2 days. I mean, look at me. My eyes are to continue to cry.
Yeah.
And it's a very cleansing
It is.
experience that I'm in. Very cleansing experience going through what I'm going through and understanding certain things and coming to grips with certain things and learning different things. And I know that he feels me. There's times when he just walks up to me and gives me a hug and says, I'm right here.
Right.
And today we were having a conversation about my daughter, and I'm talking to my daughter tomorrow, and it's a big deal to me because I haven't talked to my daughter in a couple of months, and she's coming over tomorrow, and it's a big deal to me to be able to speak with her. And he just came up to me, and after he showed me some things right to my face, just showed them to me, and was able to bring stuff right to the surface, and I was like, wait a minute. And he just went, and my ego wanted to activate, but it did for a minute, I'm not going to lie, but he was able to hold me and just be there with me. And I was able to take about a half an hour today and just unload on him and just say, well, this and 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 this. Do you want me to go on? I mean, one more time. This and this and this.
I'm okay with that.
And he just sat there, and I saw for 1 second that his ego was starting to get activated, and he was starting, and then he walked away, and then he came back, and he was completely different. I was like, well, what was going on there? And he said, my ego wanted to activate, but it didn't. I didn't let it, and now everything's okay. And I was like, oh, all right then. Everything's all right then. Everything's all right. What do you mean?
I see.
He knows I'm in a very feminine, vulnerable state, and there are changes that are happening, and there are things that are going on in our lives and in our business, and it's pretty powerful and it's pretty amazing. And
Absolutely.
yeah, be careful what you wish for. You just might get it.
Yeah, absolutely.
When I'm listening to you and you're talking about the feeling of the tears that come, I cried a million times, a million different ways, and I'm still sweeping up the tears, and I'm still putting them back in myself. Yeah. And as I do, I take a little bit of piece of every piece that she's cried and every little tear that she's cried and put it into myself. And it's a humbling experience. I know the difference between when I can feel hers versus what's mine.
Yeah.
And I know that I'm really good at, because I use my switch now to turn off my ego. Mm-hmm. I don't use it to turn on, to be numb, to feel resistance or feel sadness or anger or frustration. I use it as an ability to heal, an ability to heal her, heal myself, heal our family, heal the people that we talk to, and absorb what they're going through.
Can I ask you guys astrological sun signs?
I mean,
The sun wasn't shining when I was born.
our zodiac signs. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I'm a
Just wondering.
Gemini and he's a Libra.
Oh, okay. I was just wondering.
Okay.
Yeah.
But what I was going to say to you, Yvonne, is
Hi, Ray.
Hi, Ray. You can
Ray's
feel.
here.
Yay, Ray.
You can feel when you have. You can feel when it's your energy, when you're healing something in you, and you can feel what that wants you to feel. Then when there's another energy on top of that, that's how you can feel that that's not yours.
I see.
And it's almost like it just comes from the outside in versus from the inside out.
Right. Gotcha.
And you'll know by the way that your tears are.
Did we block one? Sorry, it looks like we blocked somebody and we didn't mean to, unless it was Alan. Not you, Alan, the other Alan. Sometimes we block.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I didn't do anything.
No, sometimes we accidentally block the other Alan. We really mean to. We just
I think you have Alan prejudice going on here, and I don't.
So when the other Alan watches, we can just tell him, yeah, we probably got it blocked. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. I mean, you got too much feedback going on, buddy. I don't know what else to say.
I don't know.
I don't either. Yeah, I don't know what happened. I think we accidentally blocked Lynn and we didn't mean to. So Lynn, if you're going to watch this later.
Grab this a minute.
Sherry, did you say a bad word?
I know. I just blamed Lee. I just said it was Lee. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was all him.
I just start randomly hitting.
I did. Look, when Alan was here, not you, Alan, but the other Alan was here before, and he was just making too much noise. Because I've been personally in his living room, and I've seen the setup he's got, and his TV takes up the whole wall, and the sound system takes up the whole block. I understand why he was feeding back. Okay, I get it. Personally, I get it. Nobody else got it. So I just said, screw it, I blocked it. I thought it was temporary, but apparently it's permanent.
How did you want?
I don't know. So we're sorry, Lynn. I don't know what Lee did.
You're going to blame Lee.
It could have been
See,
me.
that's what I'm talking about. I pulled the ego back because the ego is about to come out.
No ego allowed in here. I don't know why we...
Let's just engage the will.
Let's see. I'll fix it.
I know Jamie needs that.
Oh, Jamie wants in too. There's Jamie.
Yes.
Yay.
And I'm trying to fix you.
We're gonna fix you, Lynn. So when she watches this later, she's gonna know that we were really thinking about her, and we paid special attention to get her in this hangout because we love you, Lynn. We do. We really do. Yeah. We have to go through links, some type of links, to get her back. Special. I'm glad we're working with two computers.
How you doing, Ray?
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Oh, Jamie's here. Hi, Jamie.
Hey.
Oh, there goes that brunette hair again. Are you blonde or are you brunette today?
I'm still a blonde.
I love it. You know, for those of you who do not know much about Jamie, he lives in paradise in Hawaii on an island. And I forget the name of the island. It starts with a K. It's Kauai or something, and nobody cares.
Yeah.
We love it there.
Yeah.
Oh,
we're all going to move into Jamie.
That is really good because we're trying to keep Florida to ourselves.
Don't think we're still not stopping by Florida because
So we're going to Hawaii via Florida. That's good. All right.
It's on the way. You can stop. It's on the way. Isn't it on the way? It's on the way. It was wonderful.
It's very out of the way.
Right, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's on the way to us. Ray, it was wonderful talking to you and Frank the other day. What an amazing journey you're on.
Yep, it's a big one.
I think we unblocked Lynn. I'm probably the one that blocked her. I'm probably the one that blocked her accidentally. Who knows? Okay.
You should be.
Okay.
Is that how she smells it?
Yeah. I posted an invitation to Lynn, so maybe we'll have her. So then we'll have the whole crew. Did you get to listen to the radio show, Jamie or Ray?
No, my life is kind of upside down, and trying to find an hour or two outside of coming to this hangout or talking with Frank has been kind of a challenge lately. Cause
well, Frank is adorable.
Might be moving soon, so that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah. Frank is adorable. I just want you to know that he's absolutely adorable, and you've done a wonderful job.
I appreciate that. Thank you for talking with us. It was definitely one of those conversations that lingered after we were talking with you guys. You know, it actually kind of sparked. I wouldn't say an argument, but it was like there was like all this tension and this like purging of stuff that had to come up.
Yeah, that's what they do.
So it wasn't a bad thing. Don't take that the wrong way.
No, it's not bad. I'm just messing with you.
It was just one of those. All right, some sludge. All the sludge was everywhere, and it had to be kind of worked through, and yeah, it was a good thing.
Thanks, Vonda. You know what I think where my crying's coming from is we're doing this boot camp, and every day we're making people cry, and then I feel like I just need to cry too.
That would be the balance and polarity.
I'm like, we made 17 people cry today.
Oh gosh.
I need to cry too. It's cleansing.
That's why I was fine before I got on this, and then now I wanted to cry. That's you. That's your energy still from the boot camp making everybody cry.
It might be.
It's fine.
I had this crazy idea. Hey, let's do a boot camp. And now, look at me. Look at me.
You're going through it too.
I feel like I'm going through the boot camp.
Absolutely. It's very necessary. You have to go through it too.
Oh, yeah. It's great, though. It's so cleansing and so loving. And
absolutely.
Amazing. Jamie, did you listen to the radio show?
I didn't get a chance to, so.
He was on the beach.
I actually had to bring my son to an audiologist. We were concerned about his hearing, but he has perfect hearing.
We have to turn Jamie up. Okay. Well, the topic tonight on the radio show was twin flame sexuality. So do any of you have questions on twin flame sexuality?
That's an open-ended question.
It really is, isn't it?
I'm actually curious.
That's funny.
I'm actually curious to hear about some of the energy experiences of others, and just kind of comparing it to what I've experienced.
You can't avoid the energy. It will run whether you're together or not. It's going to run.
Really?
I agree.
Certainly. Do you agree, Jamie?
God.
What was that?
Does anybody hear me?
The echo is incredibly bad. We hear ourselves echoing back to ourselves, and it makes it difficult to talk.
Ah.
So you might want to, if the volume is up on your end where you're monitoring the audio, you might want to take the volume down.
Who's echoing?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who would be.
Is that better?
Check 1, 2, 3. Nope, still echoing pretty bad.
Okay, so it's not us. I unplugged.
Okay. Is it us?
I don't think so.
I have a suggestion only because I've been in other hangouts. Can you?
I didn't hear that.
So basically, my suggestion is if everyone in the hangout mutes.
Oh.
I strongly confirm that.
And then if you want to talk, you unmute.
That makes sense. Everybody mute unless you're going to talk.
So where's the mute button?
If you can bring the cursor to the top of the screen.
It has a microphone.
Where?
We can. At the top, you have to move the cursor to the top.
So I see a mic up here that you can turn off. Oh, mute
Yeah,
mic.
that's it.
All right, I'm done talking to you guys.
No, you're not, Trevor. I think that's actually better.
You can't hear me because I'm muted.
Don't threaten us with a mute, Trevor.
Hey, the echo stopped.
Hey, the echo did stop. Okay.
Thank you, Jamie.
Was it Jamie?
That would be a mutiny, by the way.
A mutiny.
Mute.
Oh, there needed to be a rim shot in there for that.
Yes.
We do have sound effects. I'm just not on my game right now. I'm just really not. Okay. So, we were talking about twin flame sexuality on the radio show. Did you have any questions? Let's start with Ray. Did you have any twin flame sexuality questions?
I suppose I'm interested in hearing about how best to channel the energy, or if there is a best practices, or if there is any kind. I don't know if it's like different for every set of twins, or whether there's commonalities involved. I just know for Frank and I, it wasn't just a physical experience, as I'm guessing most of you would concur with. It was definitely a blending of some huge metaphysical energy that was basically being channeled down. It would light up all my chakras. In fact, he could take his fingers and just run down my spine and hit various acupuncture points, really, and I would have amazingly strong reactions to that. He could, with intention, just move energy through me in this amazing way, and just like at will, different chakras would just spin up. I'd light up like a Christmas tree. I'm very open to receiving. I'm like the great receiver. I can pick up other people really easily. So, and he sends really easily. So for us, it was like an amazing experience, because it was, for him, he said it was like looking for a dance partner your whole life and finally finding someone who knows all the steps. Anyway, that was our experience. I don't know if that relates to anybody else. So, does that make sense to anybody?
If I could chime in, Ray, I know exactly what you're talking about, but when that happened to me, when my chakras lit up like a Christmas tree, I thought that, like, the government sent him to my house.
Yeah, I think I remember you talking about that last week.
And he was an agent, and he came to kill me. I didn't know what that was. I just had all kinds of, thoughts and running through my mind. Did he feel that? Was I the only one that felt that? What the hell was that? I was I was speechless because I didn't have any words. I didn't know what to say or how to even say what I had felt when I felt my chakras light up like that. And I didn't even know what the hell a chakra was. I didn't know what was going on within me that had happened. Mm-hmm. But he was sitting right there, and I'm like, did he just do that? Did he just feel what I just felt? Did that happen to both of us? Like, I didn't have the words.
It is difficult to describe. It was difficult to describe to others when I came back from my journey with him over the summer last year, and I was trying to explain to people close to me what that was like. And yeah, it was very difficult to find the appropriate words to describe the sensation.
Yeah.
But I found that it really was uplifting. It felt like you were on a whole nother plane of existence in a way. And
I thought it was like a damn alien in my house.
No, it's not. Well, for me, it was really amazing because I've only ever worked on, and this is just a lot of dogma from my childhood and my parents' religion, but I've only really ever worked on heart chakra up. I've always kind of ignored the...
I see.
He could, me through my root, which I had never felt before, and would move up from the root upwards. And it was the most intimate thing I had ever experienced in my life. And it wasn't even physical at that point. In fact, some of this we did long distance, when we were over the phone because he's in Scotland. So that was... I had a hard time deciding, well, am I supposed to feel that way? Or I almost felt guilty about it feeling somewhat sexual because, well, this is supposed to be a spiritual thing. And, I didn't know what that was about, and, but it was an amazing experience. So
I'm glad you could have enjoyed that because I felt invaded. I felt like how are you in my body? How does this work? Me?
Yeah.
How does it work? I didn't know. I couldn't speak to him because he was, wrapped up within the whole religious thing, and I couldn't even talk because I didn't even know what to say. Just at a loss all the way around. It was crazy. So interesting to know and hear others' experience with regards to that because it's just.
Well, I kind of thought I was losing my mind. I said, am I making this up, or is this real?
I know, right? It's like,
am I making this up, or is this real? And and you can't explain it to anybody who's never experienced it because there's no words for it. It's like, well, you either know what I'm talking about or you don't.
Right.
Exactly. And the only way you can explain it to somebody else that might have a clue is if somebody's ever done real actual chakra work. They can at least relate to the energy and the movement and that spin feeling. But when you start talking about like the intimacy of the sexuality on top of it all, that's where you start losing people in the process. It doesn't seem to relate to anybody else. So I kept thinking, maybe I'm just making this up. But it was a delusion that we both shared apparently because he had similar. He felt the same way. So. Pretty
what did he grasp from that? How was it for him? Like, what did he think? I mean, I'm sure you guys went over and discussed it. Because I was not able to discuss it with my friend. There were no words. What do I say to that? Did you just feel that? It
was intentional. I mean, he actually moved with intention. It was like, okay, we already had the connection before I went to see him. Because we met online. And we would get together through Skype, and we would just talk about things. But in the very beginning, my heart chakra and my solar plexus was lit up so strongly. For weeks, I was like this. I was doing nothing but bursting with all this heart energy, and my solar plexus was on high gear as well. It was like light speed spinning. And we just sat down one night and said, all right, let's make the intent to work with this and see what happens. And I'm... as far as skill sets are concerned, I'm way better at receiving than I am sending. I haven't really practiced sending a lot. So we kind of decided that, all right, I'm gonna send you stuff and see what happens. And so he would sit down, kind of meditate on it, and just because I wasn't sure if I was going to believe him or not, we would test each other about, all right, where are you now? Because I'd feel something at my throat chakra, And what he was doing was he was intentionally he wanted to give me a signature of blowing at the back of my neck. So he would spin that chakra up and then try to send a feeling of heat towards the back of my neck, and that's exactly what happened to me. But we would test each other, and it's like, well, where are you now? What are you doing now? And he'd say, I'm right here, and that'd be exactly where he was.
That's amazing.
Or vice versa, or I'd say, well, I feel, my solar plexus spinning up. Is that where you are? And he'd say, yeah, that's where I am. So we would test it back and forth to see, okay, are we delusional, or is this real? Of course, you would have to also ask, if anybody listening to the show is, or listening to this on YouTube, they would be like, well, how does that have anything to do with sexuality? And that's really the hardest part to explain, really, is well, it is. It was a very sexual experience. It was incredibly intimate. But it wasn't based in that lower physical sense. It was more of a merging of energy and spirit on a soul level. That's what made it different for both of us.
Yeah.
Most people don't, a lot of people don't understand that aspect of it. But together, physically together, was just as amazing, and almost confusing. And I almost want to say it was harder in the physical sense than it was in an energetic sense, trying to merge those two together at first.
Right.
I'm waiting for anybody else to jump in here because I feel like I'm in the spotlight.
Do you have anything, Alan, Sandra, Trevor, Eileen?
No, not a lot of sexuality happening in the twin flame war.
Oh, yeah.
Give us something, people. Come on.
Come on, Trevor. You want to say something?
Muted.
Alright, I'll say something. Everything that she talked about was right in line with a partial of what can be experienced. So there's many layers and levels and tiers, and once chakras start to open up and interconnect. You talked about the spine, Ray. I had a meditation. We had about a year in which all kinds of crazy stuff was going on energetically on that spiritual level. And I had this meditation one time where I saw us sitting back to back, and I could hear our spines go click, 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 click. So I saw it, but I also heard it. And we've had all kinds of merging, and I've seen us in meditation. There's a picture that floats around on Facebook where it's a male and female together, kind of intertwined as a twin flame. So I've seen us, it's almost like it kind of does this Kundalini dance. That's energy, it's the spirit, it's the soul, it's the body. I don't know what that noise is. It's the Sandra's face.
I can't blame it on Eileen this time.
But it's like everybody says, it's hard to put words for it. What it is. But it's multi-level. You can say that, and it's not your typical sex. It's a merging, it's a intertwining, interweaving, and it's almost like it's interconnecting us between the physical and the spiritual.
Just what she said.
Well, I didn't really know what the symptoms of a Kundalini awakening was before I looked it up on the net. So that was all new for me last year. And I went, oh, that's what that was about. Because I couldn't concentrate for like 2-3 weeks because of that. I was off on a different planet. I couldn't get any schoolwork done.
Oh, I know what you mean. I had a Kundalini rising. Fortunately, mine wasn't too severe. It lasted about 2 weeks, and I had to have a friend come over and do some energy work and help me move it through, because it was pretty much. I told my family, I said, you know, leave me alone. Just I need my space, because I couldn't think. I couldn't do anything. I had sweats at night. I couldn't sleep.
No, I had the exact same experience. I actually asked Frank to help me tone this down because it was so intense and I couldn't get anything done. And I loved the way it felt, but it was so distracting that nothing else existed in my life but that energy feeling. But he was like, he kept doing, you know, he said, you know, you could do this on your own. To me in this kind of smug kind of way, and I said, yeah, but I don't know how.
Yeah, for me it was a lot simpler. When I realized who she was, I cried, and then I asked myself, why in the hell are you crying? But I understood why.
I'm talking and I'm not unmuting. I just keep talking while I'm muted.
I just realized your fingernails are blue.
Yeah, I keep smacking them.
You really need to look into that.
There's doctors that can help you with that. This is one of these long time dreams. I'm muted and I keep talking and there's no sound that comes out.
I think
Sandra.
It's getting warm in here, sorry.
There's something wrong. There's something wrong.
No,
well, I hope we helped a little bit because it's now 10:30 and this podcast is over. You can't get us together.
Drinking water, just water.
I'm drinking water. I'm drinking water.
That is water.
It's water in a wine glass. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining. Thank you all for joining. We love you all.
We love you too.
Thank you for watching. All the thousands of people that will watch within the next week. Look at Troy.
It's like, was me and Vonda the only two people talking about this stuff?
We were listening. Oh no, we were talking about it before in the radio show, so no. I'm the only one. So, thank you guys for watching.
And what we'll do is we'll post the radio link. Post the radio link at the bottom of this.
Yeah.
You can find the radio.
Very good. I'll do that. We'll see you guys soon.
We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Talk to you guys later.
Bye.